Now at 5 a.m., this is WKYT This Morning. Investigators say two kids playing with a lighter started a fire that forced a family out of their apartment. We'll have that story, all the details just ahead.
Also on WKYT, a Laurel County woman is in the hospital this morning after police say her boyfriend shot her 5 times in front of a child. What police say happened coming up.
And a Kentucky Derby winner will retire to Scott County. We'll have that story and your Kentucky forecast, and it's looking good. And it's coming up right here on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Kentucky mornings start right here on WKYT. It's great to see you this morning. I'm Andrea Walker.
And I'm Bill Bryant. We are glad you're part of the crowd starting things up with WKYT on Thursday, October 27th. You sort of have to remind yourself, really? It's late October and this warm?
Yeah, it does not feel like it. And we do have something today that we haven't had a lot of this fall, and that is rain chances.
Yeah, at least chances. Let's
check
in with Micah right now at our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, these rain chances slide on in here. Remember, not everybody will see rain today, and actually most stay dry. We are getting a few showers out there early this morning if you look southbound. Rolling through Danville and Junction City at this moment. Houstonville and Liberty also getting in on the action. Stanford, you're going to be next in line. Lancaster, Eubank, Crab Orchard, Broadhead, you name it there in Lincoln County. You're going to be next in line. Temperatures are actually in the 60s this morning. Actually feels really nice. And you know what? Really doesn't change that much. But I will tell you this. Some in the area by the afternoon will be in the 50s, and some may even be in the 70s. I'm going to show you this big blasting cold front for today. That's coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, look forward to that full forecast. Here's the latest from WKYT. New this morning, a driver indicted earlier this week for a deadly Lexington crash has now been arrested.
That driver, Crystal Chaffins, will head to court tomorrow. WKYT's Mike Byer is live in Lexington with the details. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Andrea. Chaffins was indicted Monday by a Fayette County grand jury for the deadly crash that happened back in December of 2015. Chaffins faces a long list of charges as a result of that deadly crash. She is charged with 2 counts of second-degree manslaughter, first-degree possession of a controlled substance, and operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs with an aggravating circumstance. According to the indictment, investigators believe Chaffins wantonly operated a vehicle causing the death of Joseph and Cynthia Beamer. The Western Kentucky married couple died in December 2015 after a crash on Versailles Road. At the time, police said a truck crossed the center line and hit the Beamer's truck. The couple later died at UK Hospital. We spoke to family members who tell us the indictment is a sigh of relief after a long 10 months. They say they do not want other families to go through what theirs is going through right now. Now, Chaffins will answer to the charges filed against her when she meets with a Fayette County judge tomorrow here at District Court. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. Investigators say some kids playing with a lighter started a fire at a Lexington apartment building. It forced people out of their homes. The fire started about 9 o'clock last night on Loch Ness Drive near East Reynolds Road. Firefighters think the fire was set on accident by 2 kids playing with a lighter. But they say a family will have to find another place to live for now. Crews say the fire spread to an upper apartment. We understand people can still stay in that one. Firefighters tell us it's going to be up to investigators to decide whether to file charges.
A Lexington man has been arrested on 100 child pornography charges. The Kentucky Attorney General's office says the Cyber Crimes Unit had been investigating Matthew Murdoch. Investigators say he used his cell phone to download and distribute pictures and videos of child sexual abuse. Investigators say they also obtained a warrant to search Murdoch's home. A Powell County man has been arrested in a child exploitation case. State police say they had been investigating 35-year-old Danny Sexton of Clay City online. He's been charged with distributing obscene matter to a child.
WKYT News Time is 5:04 on your Thursday. A former Pulaski Southwestern High School football coach convicted of sexually abusing a child will spend 10 years in prison. A judge in Louisville sentenced Dale Anderson. Last month, the jury found him guilty of sodomy and sexual abuse charges. The case goes back to when Anderson taught at St. Raphael School in Louisville more than 30 years ago. Police say during that time he sexually abused a student. Prosecutors said they added 2 other sexual abuse cases against Anderson. He has entered offered pleas to those. And good to have you with us this morning. Laurel County, a woman is in the hospital this morning after police say her boyfriend shot her 5 times.
Such a scary situation. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says neighbors heard Michael Johnson and his girlfriend arguing. Police say Johnson later woke her and their child up, backed the woman into a corner and shot her. Police say he called 911 and told the dispatcher he shot his girlfriend, but claimed it was an accident.
So she's awake and everything right now?
Yeah, she's walking around here, getting her clothes together and stuff.
After investigating, police charged Johnson with attempted murder and wanton endangerment. They say the shooting happened right in front of the couple's child. The victim was airlifted to UK hospital. We do not know how she's doing this morning.
The family of a missing Fort Campbell soldier is pleading for answers in the case this morning. Investigators say no one has heard from Private First Class Shadow McLean since September 2nd. They say her car was found in downtown Nashville, but there have been no other clues. Investigators say 2 persons of interest in the case are also Fort Campbell soldiers. They are in custody this morning. McLean's family is still looking for answers.
This is hard. Somebody knows something, and I wish they would come forward and tell us.
The Army says McLean worked as an air traffic control tower operator.
A crash in Pulaski County sends 3 people to the hospital. It happened on Highway 1676 in Science Hill yesterday morning. The Pulaski County Sheriff's Office says a 17-year-old driving one car hit another car head-on. Investigators are still trying to figure out how it happened. Police say 2 people in the second car, Crystal Brown and Brandy Brown, had to be airlifted to UK hospital. Police say the 17-year-old was taken to a hospital in Somerset. We do not know how they're doing this morning.
A Head Start bus flipped onto its side during a crash in Lewis County. That happened on Highway 59 near Vanceburg yesterday afternoon. According to the Lewis County Herald, police say the driver of a car told them that his foot got caught between the pedals. He says he got distracted and then hit the bus. Police say 1 child on the bus was taken to the hospital. That was just as a precaution. They say there were no serious injuries in that crash, thankfully. Well, the World Series is all tied up. The Cubs and the Indians each have 1 win under their belts.
Already getting interesting. Now the series heads to Chicago. Michelle Chamberlain is at the WKYT Alert Desk this morning with all the details.
Yeah, Chicago looking for its first MLB championship since 1908, and Cleveland hasn't won the World Series since 1948. Now the Cubs versus the Indians in the World Series has proven to be a popular matchup. The television audience was up 30% in Game 1 from the 14.9 million average for last year's Game 1 opener. Here we go to the highlights. Top of the third, 2 on, 2 out. Kyle Schwarber with the hit. Cubs go up 2-0. And he's back and he's pumped. Now top of the 5th we go. Schwarber once again. There he is. He's pumped. Here we go. Top of the 5th. Schwarber again goes up the middle. RBI single, his 2nd RBI on the night, and the Cubbies go up 5-0 on the night. Now Jake Arrieta, who pitched a no-hitter earlier this year with a no-hitter through 5 innings, but that would end in the bottom of the 6th after Cleveland gets on the board 5-1. Now later, it wouldn't matter. Aroldis Chapman comes in to close things out for Chicago, and he gets the job done. He gets the final 4 outs, and the Cubs go on to win Game 2 5-1, and the World Series is even at 1 game apiece. And we'll head to Wrigley Field on Friday for the first time since 1945. And you know what? The Cubs will play at Wrigley for the next 3 games. So with this being a best-of-7 series, the Cubs could win the World Series at Wrigley Field, and it would be their first World Series in 108 years. Exciting times, guys.
And the ticker tape would fall, right?
Yeah, that would be an exciting event.
Well,
but it's expensive to go. I know that.
That it is.
It ain't cheap.
You can watch it on TV.
Yeah.
It's a fun series, obviously, already 1-1. All right, 5:09 this morning. You know, we really treasure our resources here in Kentucky. And another Kentucky Derby winner is retiring to a Scott County farm.
Officials at Old Friends say 1999 Derby winner Charismatic will come live there in about a month. The 20-year-old horse has been in Japan for many years. His journey back to Kentucky is sponsored in part by a gift from his former owners through the Robert and Beverly Lewis Family Foundation. 1997 Derby winner Silver Charm and 2002 winner War Emblem also live at Old Friends. So he's joined in good company, right?
He is. And, you know, I was just thinking about John Henry, who was out at the horse park for so many years. He lived to be 32. So
oh my goodness.
A ripe old age.
Right. Sure. For a horse, it definitely
So
is.
hopefully they have good retirements out there. WKYT this morning just getting started. and it's great to have you with us here on this Thursday.
Still ahead on WKYT, a new prediction says it'll be 170 years before the global wage gap is finally closed between women and men. That story is coming up in about 10 minutes.
Also ahead on WKYT, some fast food chains are thinking outside the bun or box for a few unusual menu items. We'll check those out, tell you what they are. It's right after Micah's forecast.
I'm not sure if he liked that or not. I don't know his face, man. All right, let's talk about this cooler air that's going to be rushing on in here later on this afternoon and evening, and the rain chances out there. We'll talk all about that coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We actually have some showers outside early this morning. Finally, some rain to talk about. And it's down south at this moment. It's a little finger that's going to be rolling on through some areas, not all areas, but we'll go ahead and zoom down south and just show you what I'm talking about. You work your way into Lincoln County. That's where we're seeing some of that rain, along with Casey County, now entering Gary County, Jessamine County, and some portions of southern Fayette County. Not much of this is actually going to cause many problems, but it's heading eastbound. Waynesburg heads up. Work your way into Rockcastle, Madison County. You're going to be next in line. So here's the breakdown of it as we head throughout the next few days. Temperatures this morning in the 60s, and I don't mean just 60, 61 degrees. We're talking mid-60s outside. So when you actually walk outside early this morning, there will be some locations like Frankfort, like Corinth, like Georgetown, go off into Covington and Maysville. You guys already hit your high temperature for the day. It actually gets much cooler. Do not dress. If you're heading outside, you've already stepped outside maybe to get the mail or to just drink a cup of coffee on the front porch. You're saying, it actually feels really nice. It doesn't get warmer. It gets colder for you guys because that front will roll on through. So dress prepared for the 50s later on this afternoon. So when you get home from work, it'll be much, much cooler. Down south, you guys will actually pretty much stay that way in the mid-60s, so it's really not a bad day for you down south. Let's break it down hour by hour. We get in toward noontime. Couple of showers here and there. Obviously, nothing that's going to cause any problems. And if you do get the rain, remember, most of us stay dry, but if you do get the rain, it's going to be light activity as it passes on through. You'll get a tenth of an inch or less, and that's it out of this stuff. So here's 6 p.m. This is what I'm talking about. Look up north. Covington, 55 degrees, 71 there in Williamsburg. Once we hit the evening and nighttime hours, it turns pretty chilly. Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up there for the most part in the low to mid 40s. And then we head towards your Friday afternoon, mid 60s. Looks really good there. Don't forget, you got the last days of Keeneland going on. That's today, tomorrow, and off towards your Saturday. It ends on Saturday. 66 on your Friday, 77 degrees on your Saturday. Saturday will be the day to go. Looks and feels really, really nice. There's your weekend forecast sitting there in the 70s, and then we head toward next week off into Halloween where it's 75 degrees. After today, guys, it's actually extremely nice the rest of not just the work week, but weekend and off into the 7 days. So really, I mean, we get past today and we're doing all right. Smooth sailing ahead.
We're on a roll, aren't we?
We really are.
All right. Thank you, Micah. 5:15 the time.
So maybe you run through the drive-thru to grab a quick bite sometimes.
Once
Everybody
in a while.
does it.
Yeah, right. Well, you're probably not used to these items being on the menu. Oh, dear. Arby's just announcing they will offer venison sandwich in 6 states this fall. Kentucky's not one of them, by the way.
Boo.
But they are being served up in Nashville. You can make a little trip to the Music City. Taco Bell specializes in fast food fusion. Their quesarito combines a quesadilla and a burrito. And Burger King now offers Cheetos chicken fries. Plenty of unusual options for you to try if you're a fan of fast food. And this guy,
here's the guy. We're like, does he like it? We just can't tell. He just kind of shakes his head like, meh.
Well, it's fast food.
Right. Hey, I love fast food. Right. I'm usually excited about it.
There you go. 5:16 the time on WKYT this morning. Rise and shine, and we're glad you're with us up and at it. And we have a whole lot more to tell you about today.
When we come back, we'll take a look at your money.
Welcome back to WKYT this morning. It's about 5:20 now here on your Thursday, and so good to have you with us. One low-cost airline is investing in the private jet business.
And in the year 2186, men and women might get paid the same around the world. Kenneth Craig has the latest on your money.
It will be another 170 years before the global wage gap is finally closed between women and men, if a prediction from the World Economic Forum is correct. That new report from Geneva measures disparities in areas like economic opportunity and health. This year, the U.S. ranking slipped to 45th worldwide from 28th last year. Wall Street saw mixed results on Wednesday amid the latest rounds of earnings reports. The Dow gained 30 points while the Nasdaq lost 33. Shares fell for Southwest Airlines after its latest earnings report showed profits sinking, down 34% in the third quarter. Lower fares and higher costs are to blame. The airline also gave a weak revenue forecast for the rest of the year. Meanwhile, another commercial airline is putting money into private jets. JetBlue is investing in JetSuite, one of the largest private jet companies in the U.S. JetSuite flies 30 passenger jets to destinations on the West Coast. As part of the deal, regular JetBlue flyers will be able to use their JetBlue points on JetSuite flights. That's your Money Watch report. For more, go to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Kenneth Craig.
Jet suites are pretty neat.
I know, we were like, those are beautiful, aren't
30
they?
seat plane. Gather some friends and go, right? Yeah. All right, if you are anxiously waiting to get your hands on Apple's newest headphones, turns out it's going to have to wait a little while longer, which is interesting because the phone's already out.
Right. The AirPods are wireless earbuds for the iPhone. Apple unveiled them in September, but the company says it needs a little more time to get them ready for sale. Apple didn't elaborate on what's holding them up, but the company may discuss the AirPods later today at its major MacBook event in San Francisco.
Yeah, anticipating some major announcements out of that.
I know. Big day for Apple.
Yeah, about 10 o'clock this morning on those announcements. So
I'd prefer them to get them perfect before they send them out, because we all know what happened with those Galaxy Note 7s.
Sure, exactly. And there was so much controversy about having headphones that are wireless and having to go that route, you know. So we'll see how that all works out.
Yeah.
A lot more news coming up for you on WKYT, including all of our top stories just a few minutes away.
Sports is on the way next.
Actually, I have a couple of showers out there early this morning. I'm WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris, and that's down toward Casey County, Lincoln, now Gary County, Madison County. You're going to be next in line, along with Rockcastle here in the next 20 minutes or so. Somerset, more than likely, most of this will stay just to the north of you, but don't be surprised here in the next hour or so to actually be clipped by some of this rain. So we do have a cool start to the morning. Once we hit the afternoon, we actually drop those temperatures to the mid-60s. Still have that rain chance. We'll get into that forecast coming up with your 7-day. Just a few minutes. Let's check out sports, see what's going on.
It is off to the Show Me state for the football Wildcats this weekend, where they go for their 5th win of the season. They would move to within one game of being bowl eligible, one win of being bowl eligible. Missouri has really struggled, winning just 2 games, winless in the SEC. Offensively, Mizzou can present a lot of problems, throwing the ball, running it. The Tigers are capable of running more than 100 plays in a game, but the Tigers have had trouble finding consistency.
I think like any team, you know, you have your good days and your bad days, and when they execute and they're on rhythm, boy, they're tough to stop, you know. And then days or games when they're not, sometimes they can make mistakes. They put them behind the chains, and maybe they don't play as well. So, you know, they're a team that has a lot of weapons, and when they are on rhythm, they're very tough to stop.
The Cats play their first exhibition game Sunday night against Clarion. They come into Rep Arena. Since last week's Blue-White game, John Calipari has been putting in his 3-guard lineup: Isaiah Briscoe, De'Aaron Fox, and Malik Monk. And he's also looking at what the possibilities could be if he decides to play big.
We got to figure out some defensive teams and, you know, how we're going to play. What about a big lineup? Is Wenyon the 3? Is he and Derek in together some? Now you're 6'9", and a big guy. Now you're really big. Do you play some zone with that team? You know, no.
No zone. The rain holding off for Game 2 of the World Series last night in Cleveland, and the Cubs strike first. In the first inning, Anthony Rizzo down the right field line. That's extra bases. Chris Bryant scores, and it's 1-0 Chicago in the third. Kyle Schwarber, who's had a hot bat all of a sudden, keeps it going, single to center. Rizzo comes on down 2-0 Cubbies. Then in the 5th, Ben Zobrist, the former Lexington legend, rips one into the right field corner. That would be a triple. The Cubs score 3 in the 5th, and we're knotted up 1 game apiece as we go to Wrigley Field for Game 3 later in the week. That is a look at sports. Have a great day.